Okay, so we got a 1,500 point battle report for you today. I've got my Sam Han Eldar ready to go. A couple of squads in reserve, bikes in reserve, and I'm facing Tzeentch Daemons. Looks like Tzeentch over there. I'm facing Tzeentch. We'll get a better look as the battle starts, but for now, that's what I'm facing. I am going first. My opponent won the roll off, and he's making me go first. So none of his army's on the board yet. We're going to see what shows up turn one. And it's Emperor's Will. I believe there's an objective over here and an objective over here. And that is going to be it. So we're going to see what happens in a little bit, unless my opponent wants to try to steal initiative. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so I am going first, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up my top of turn one, crickets chirping, nothing on the board. Basically, everything in my army moved up a little bit and then flatted out a little bit just to get cover saves that are 4+ everywhere. And that is pretty much it. We're just kind of chilling here, revving our engines, ready for the starting line. And we're going to see what happens with the demons in a second. Back in a bit. So, rounding up this bottom of turn one, we had a bunch of stuff happen. Group fell in here, fired into here, but because of my 4+ jink, I only got 1 hull point taken away over there. So he's down to 1 hull point, unfortunately, but at least I survived. These guys fired into here, blew away 2 of these guys. This guy landed over there, blew away 1 more guy, and as a result, we passed our leadership check. Though, thank God, I didn't buy the rerolled leadership on these guys this game. I'm trying to mix around with points. Probably a bad idea, but at least I was rewarded for my stupidity. These guys landed way over there, flew in over here, and choppa 1 hull point off this guy. Now, story of the game so far, though, those poor flamers tried to land in this area and, of course, drifted directly onto my vehicles and were on the mishap. They rolled a 1. They were destroyed. So I do get first blood. It's hard to imagine I got first blood just because of some random luck. But, man, what are you going to do? However, I can't complain. I am facing a very tough opponent. We're a really good army, so I will take any fluky chance I can get here. On to turn 2, we're going to see which of my units show up. My larger bike unit on a 3. They're on with a 5, and my smaller bike unit over there with a 3. Please don't show up. Please don't show up. Please don't. Ah, you idiots. You showed up. You showed up. Okay, well, so be it. And so I got some extra stuff coming on, and we're going to see what I can do against this encroachment into my lines. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 2, both my squads showed up. We basically put stuff around here and gunned down those screamers. Put more stuff over onto this side. Bikes and 3 blasts helped out gunning down that entire unit of horrors. Over here we fired a couple of units of stuff into them, and my Seer Council charged into this unit of horrors surviving over here. They managed... my Farseer took a wound from Perils of the Warp. He rolled Perils of the Warp. It was double 1s. He succeeded on the power, but of course my Ghost Helm failed, so I took the wound. What else happened? That was pretty much it. So we just gunned down a little bit of stuff, and we're charging into there. We're going to see what we can do. Back in a bit with that combat. Okay, so rounding up that combat, not enormously surprising. Killed 1 with the Hammer of Wrath, and then we managed to put so many saves in that they failed them all. 10 saves, 5 failed. That was enough. Consolidated 5 inches this way. We're going to see what other units show up from the Tzeentch Demon army. There's a bunch of awesome units there ready to come on the board. What do you want to roll for first?
All right, just going across. Unit 9 horrors.
9 horrors. They're on. 10 horrors.
10
they're
horrors
on.
are on.
Screamers.
3+.
Yep.
And
Demon Prince. Everything's on. They're like, yeah, we got to come in here and cause trouble. We've had enough of this nonsense. So, back in a bit. Rounding up bottom of turn 2, I guess, right? Yeah, bottom of turn 2, I think it is. So, total disaster on my dice as like something like 9 wounds total from a bunch of little things. Like those guys flew over, put 5 hits in. Couple of shots from those guys, but I failed almost every single save, even with reroll. So 4 of my council members died instantly from just something like 8 or 9 saves that were rerollable. But so be it. And yeah, this council just did not eat their Wheaties today. They woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That was a combination of this guy flying over Vector Strike, a couple hits some places, some shots in the vehicle, penetration here from the big Demon Prince guy, but made our jink save because we did jink last turn a little bit. And over here, this one lone guy survived with a single hull point. These guys landed there and blasted into the rear of him pretty nicely. Those screamers landed around here. Just luckily did not get what do you call it? Mishap. Just landed nicely, and then they flew over there into that area there. And that was pretty much it. So yeah, our Seer Council is almost destroyed, but we're going to see if we can make some use out of them. We're going to see what we can do. On to turn 3. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 3, pretty good turn for Eldar. Although we still can't do much to the big guys. It's going to determine on what happens in this combat. Over here, these guys, these brave little guys, shot into him, and he actually fell down out of the sky, took a wound. They got one lucky wound on him from those hits that they got with their twin-link guns, and he also took another wound, so he's already down to 2 wounds. Unbelievable. Man, and as a result, we put our my remaining Seer Council there to either go that way or this way, but because we shot him down, we're charging into here. No Overwatch wounds caused there. Single blast from that guy, got lucky, blew away 4 of those guys. Blasts from here and from this thing blew away a lot of guys in that unit, and then eventually these guys shot, and they're charging in. That's how brave these little Jetbikes are. Those Jetbikes were over here, went 12, and went flat out, so they're way over there now. I've decided to chicken them away from these enormous beasties that could just crush them instantly in combat. Try to buy yourself a little bit of time. And we're going to see it happens in this combat and in this one. We're going to be back in a bit. Okay, so what happened here? Challenge issued, accepted by my Warlock because the stats would be exactly the same. He did not make it, though. He didn't survive. But we lost the combat, but we stuck it out with Leadership 9. And over here, we smushed him. Hammer of Wrath didn't do the trick, but then our regular attacks did the trick eventually. So we smushed that guy over there. And it's on to turn 3 for the Chaos Demons. All right, so rounding up bottom of turn 3, Chaos, this guy, the flying guy, not Fate Weaver, turned me into a Chaos Spawn from Boon and Mutation. Rolled a 5 on the toughness test, and that was it. I'm just toast. Warlord dead. Awesome. Shot from this guy, blew away one guy here. Tried to charge, but didn't make it in against the remaining guy. These guys flew over here, eviscerated the vehicle. Explosion put 1 wound onto one of those guys. And those guys shot me over there. 2 guys died. Of course, we started running, so we're coming towards my table edge here. And that is about it. So is on to top of turn 4. We're going to see what I can do to respond to these giant beasties. Back in a bit. Okay, so we're just going to end it here. Bottom of turn 4. My opponent's just tapped out. I managed to gun down the big bird guy with some combination of shooting from this stuff and this stuff here. And at that point, it's going to be too hard to really kind of keep me off of both of those objectives, I guess. I managed to fluke out 1 wound onto him with this guy here, so he's down to 3 wounds. We're going to end it there, but yeah, no, a valiant fight put on by the Chaos, given that their unit of 9 flamers, which could single-handedly walk through my army, mishapped, so that was really helpful for me. But then we were able to spread around the board and piecemeal them to death. But thanks to the game. Thanks for the game there. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks, man.